Everyone has a moment when playing fighting games where they say, "What in the world was that?" Where something so outrageous happened that you just can't help but be left baffled. Ask yourself, how did that work, or who allowed this to be in the game? When those moments happen repeatedly, the state of confusion and wonder can turn into anger and frustration. The game you once played for enjoyment starts to turn into a game you resent, and you question why you even continue to turn it on. Eventually, you just stop loading up the game altogether because that one thing is just so outlandish, it sucks all the fun out of the game for you. There have been plenty of moves across the history of games that has you questioning the entire development team. You just wonder, was this even play tested? There's so much power in these moves that when you play against them, it can feel like you're working significantly harder than your opponent. There are usually 5 factors among these moves that lead to players having these feelings. Number 1, the move completely warps the state of the game or ignores game mechanics. Something like Smash 4 Witch Time, where the counter lasts so long that one mistake anywhere on the screen can lead to you losing your stock. The move can feel absolutely impossible to play around sometimes. Or something like Brawl Meta Knight Tornado and Steve Block that changes the entire landscape of the game. Sometimes you can't recover because there's just a block there. Sometimes there's a block that allows you to live a knockout blow or reverse a bad position. Or sometimes he can simply just put up a wall to combo you against. Regardless, these moves completely change the way that the game is and can be played. The next reason, the move does too many things at once for one input. A move that immediately comes to mind is Steve Minecart. It's an armored KO move that doubles as a recovery move that he can jump out of, that turns into a projectile or a grab, has a unique release animation allowing for free combos, or, Meta Knight Tornado. Number 3, the counterplay to the move is way too specific. This leaves the player feeling as if they're working much harder than the player just pressing and spamming the same move over and over. Usually with moves like this, there's little risk for using it. Electro Wing Office, Brawl Meta Knight Tornado, okay, you get the joke. And Min Min Arms, where she is allowed to hit you from across the screen with little to no risk, and she has the choice to throw out not one, but both arms. She can move and jump while throwing out her arms, and they do a lot of damage while also putting your opponent in an awful or even sometimes a checkmate situation. Number 4, the size of the move does not match the animation. Moves like Brawl, Snake Up Tilt, and Smash 4 Donkey Kong Bowser grabbing you from another dimension. It just leaves you saying, but that did not hit me. And number 5, RNG. Like Hero as a character? Game & Watch Hammer just randomly deleting your stock at 0, and Misfire just make you question life itself. And Peach literally pulling out explosives and death vegetables. And just have you saying to yourself, I would have won if they didn't get so lucky. Now, normally, most games only have a few characters with these types of moves. Majority of the time, the more moves that this type of character has, the more frustrating it is to play against the character. Steven Bayonetta, sorry my allergies got to me. Anyway, if a character does have a few of these moves and they aren't good, they can still be very frustrating to lose to. Why am I bringing this up, you ask? Well, I've been playing a good bit of Multiversus. Feels like a lot of characters in this game just has a move that fits not just one, but multiple of the benchmarks mentioned. Some of the biggest offenders being Shaggy. His side B kick is a movement tool with multiple lengths and directions. It's also a KO move with a giant hitbox that is active the entire way through. When he goes Super Saiyan, it turns into a move that gains armor and more distance. What? Banana Guard. Similar to Shaggy, his side B is a giant hitbox that lingers for very long and takes your stock very early. The move is just as strong at the end as the beginning, so no matter what part of the extremely long lingering hitbox lands, you just get nuked. These two are like peas in a pod. Joker has a card perk that just randomly makes the card explode, and it homes in on you. Bug Safe is a giant heavy projectile that completely slows the game down that can hit you multiple times. It does a bunch of damage and takes your stock. And then Iron Giant, like, what? Yeah, he might need his own video. Now, with these moves being so powerful and game-changing at almost every level of play, except the absolute top, which is maybe 1% of the player base, the game devolves into one of two things. Both players using the very, very strong moves only, or one player just standing, waiting for the strong move and doing nothing else. Don't get me wrong, I think there are always going to be some moves that are simply just better than others. Some of the moves I mentioned aren't exactly great or broken. Things like Banana Guard, Impale, and Shaggy Kick have you stuck in the animation if you miss for quite some time, which can lead to a big punish. Some of the best moves in the game aren't necessarily the most frustrating moves in the game. Generally, most players just want to log on for fun and have a blast. The strength of some of these moves can make doing that extremely irritating for more casual players who don't want to jump through hoops to learn to deal with one or two moves on every character. Multiversus has a ton of fun and unique characters with great movesets that tie together very well. They leave a lot of room for skill expression while still having strong, simple tools as well. PFG has been working extremely hard to get some of these moves in line through the patches, but I can understand why some people will want to quit until they feel that the game is in a better state. What about you all? Leave a comment below with some of the most annoying moves that you've ever dealt with. It doesn't have to just be a platform fighter, it could be any fighting game. Let me know. Until next time.